side, although Jay could have potentially gotten that. Sammy off the side might have an opportunity off the corner.
Oh, dear God.
Overtime in Game 5 for the Badgers to stay alive, for the Hogs to win the championship. So much on the line.
The line.
What do you
the
do
line
with
is
your hands? I mean,
There's so much on it.
Uh-oh.
Don't.
Yeah, with the ceiling shot.
Uh-oh.
For the win! Oh, my Nick! For the win with the ceiling shot!
Oh, my God.
Lord.
yo, T-Bone, next time you want to go up and defend that, thanks.
What's up, everybody? We're coming at you with the Y Men's League Award Show. I'm obviously JBV. What's up, brother? And I'm here with Royal Grace, also known as T Grace, also known as Gracie, also known as R Grace, man of many names. So we're going to be going through some awards. You guys have been asking for it. We're giving it to you. We're going to have 8 regular season awards. We're going to have a special guest, a little interview action going. And then we're going to have some playoff awards for you guys. And I'm going to let Royal take it from here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the introduction. Just a little bit of a recap of season 1 before we get into it. So we have 10 teams, 3 players each. Each team played 5 series, playing 7 games each, playing all 7. It was a marathon every series. It was nearly impossible, but we made it through. We had 2 conferences. The top 3 teams in each conference made the playoffs. The top team in each conference earned a bye. From the red conference, the Dragons, the Scarlet Wings, and the Blue Coats made the playoffs. And then in the blue conference, the Wild Hogs, the Honey Badgers, and the Matadors made the playoffs. The playoff matchups were interesting as well. It was a best-of-3 series of best-of-5 series. So you played up to 3 best-of-5s. The first team to win 2 of those series would advance to the next round of the playoffs. The final matchup ended up coming down to the Honey Badgers and the Wild Hogs, both blue conference teams, where the Wild Hogs did take it home 2-0. And Knit took it home in overtime in Game 5 of the second series with the ceiling shot, actually. So yeah, now we'll go and get into just some of the awards. Our first award we've got on tap is the Sharing is Caring Award. Jay, take it away.
All right, well, I'm going to start with the awards, but I do just want to say that there was no sense in going into great detail about how we lost in the finals. I was in goal on that ceiling shot. My confidence is still shook. So we're going to start with these awards. So the first award is going to be, like you said, Sharing is Caring. And this is going to be the award for the team with the most assists, I believe. So the winner is going to be the Dragons with 64 assists. I don't think anybody didn't see that coming, considering the Dragons were completely OP and also happened to be the only team from the other conference we played all season, I'm pretty sure, other than that first match in the playoffs. So I had to play Dragons twice. They were super OP. Of course, that team was Pops, B1, and Crow. And then actually I had to play Abfu, who is my arch nemesis on the pitch. Dude is completely nuts. He subbed for, I think, Crow in our regular season series. So just super OP. Probably not the only award they're going to get today. Tied for second for Sharing is Caring was the Scarlet Wings and the Matadors, both with 60 assists. So we're going to move on to the next award here.
All right, yeah. So the next one we've got is the Team Player Award. It's the kind of on the same token, it's most assist. This one by a single player. So that award is going to go to Callie with 26 assists. My teammate on the Scarlet Wings. He is a 17.5, or was then maybe an 18 now. Really a really good player. You'd be thinking he'd be scoring all the goals, but no, he was really easy to play with. Always passing the ball, always looking to get his teammates involved. Me and Aubrey really benefited well from having Callie on our team. not just a hard carry type of player. So it was really enjoyable to play with Callie. He was a great team player. So this is definitely a very earned award for Callie there. Tied for second place, going back to the Dragons, were B1 and Crow, both with 25 assists. So they're just feeding Pops the ball, and he's putting it home. We'll move on to the next award, which is going to be our Golden Gloves Award.
It's kind of funny when you actually think about it, that two Dragon players are tied in assists, considering Pops was just putting it down people's throat the entire season. But Golden Gloves, which is most saves, I'm guessing this is the player with the most saves. So your winner is gonna be that boy Pops again, because that dude is OP. All right, that man had 97 saves. Now I don't know the exact statistic because Royal did all the work. I just kind of sat here and didn't do anything, but I'm sure that's a lot more saves than everybody else. All right, of course, spearheaded the Dragons, nearly undefeated season, nearly. Second place was Easy, who was my teammate on the Honey Badgers, with 62 saves. Easy pretty much played defense for me the entire time throughout the season. He was last man back even when he was in front of me. That dude is crazy good. And then third was Scoob with 60 saves. Scoob, of course, another good friend of mine, played against him in the playoffs. Great defensive player, great passer too. I'm surprised I didn't see him on the assist award. And then now we're gonna move on to the Golden Boot.
Now, just think about that for a second, though. So Pops led with 97 saves. The next closest was 35 saves lower than him.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's just it's insane.
But then, I mean, I don't know.
It's madness. I think this is by far and away the furthest that anyone was between first and second place. It's just
I want to see the saves for the rest of the Dragons. Was this man Pops just like what was everybody else doing, dude? What was everybody else doing?
My
Pops
question
was
is
everywhere on the field, dude.
How are you that good at offense, yet you're saving 30 more times than anybody else in the league? It just doesn't make sense.
He's fast, man. So fast.
He's so fast.
So fast.
All right. So the next award we're going to get into is the Golden Boot. It's going to be the most goals by a single player. And this one is actually going to go to Nit with 82 goals. He is a wild hog, the winner of the championship of Season 1. No surprise here.
Allegedly.
True.
Allegedly.
Really just an OP offensive player. I think that's kind of what he's best known for, is just putting the ball in the back of the net always. Second place is going to go to Pops. Imagine that, with 74 goals. And then third place is my teammate Callie with 61. Really just no surprise on any of the three. I am happy to see Callie on the top of both the assist and the goals. This really shows what kind of offensive threat that he was throughout the season, but none better on offense than Nit, of course. So the next one we're going to get into is going to be our best C player. So to kind of describe what this is, so the next three are the C, the B, and the A player. We kind of took the MVPRs of each of these categories, compared them all against their own. So me as the B player on the team wasn't being compared to Pops as the A player of that team. It's just kind of a true way to see how you're stacking up against similar competition.
All right, so best C player, which based off his description, I'm assuming is going to be the award for being the best bad player. So best C player, who also happens to be the all-time leader in and stick holding is going to be Atomic. He had a 3.49 MVPR, so average, and he played and actually was the GM for the Matadors, I do believe. So Atomic, congratulations on being the best bad player in the league, and good luck with all your stick holding activities that you are into. I know that's something that you take pride in. So now we're going to move on to our best B player.
Yes, sir. Well said about Atomic and the stick. He really cares about his most prized possession. So I'm really glad that you mentioned that.
He loves it.
He really does. He really does. All right. So our best B player is gonna go same team actually. So it's gonna go to Kopex with a 4.85 MVPR. Over one whole MVPR per game, higher than Atomic. Kopex as a B player is probably not even fair to the rest of the league.
Yeah, that's cheating.
He's I'm not gonna call him a sandbagger per se, but I'm not gonna not call him a sandbagger either. It's just one of those things. But they had a really solid team. It was Naturals, Kopex, and Atomic. Just a really fun team. Hard to play against. They took us out in the playoffs. And I was pretty upset about that, but they're a really solid team for sure. So now we'll go into our best A player, and I'm just guessing here. I don't think we're gonna have a very big surprise on this one.
Yeah, it's going to be obvious. But before we get into that, let's talk about how, again, C and B player, both Matadors. Sounds like some Stackosaurus Rex action going over there with the Matadors. Completely garbage. Considering I started this season as like a 7.5 salary. That's just those two players alone. That's probably, I think, a 13 and a 14, right? Or a 13, 5 and a 14.
Yeah, something
That's
like that.
Absolutely ridiculous. But best A player, no surprise here, is going to be Pops with a 700 MVPR, dog. Seven flat. That man got a 7 flat all season. 97 saves, dude. 74 goals, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, there's not much left to say, which is kind of unfortunate because I'm just guessing here that he's probably not done. He's just insane, and he was insane all season, and it was a really fun time to watch him. Not a fun time to play against him.
Not at all. I know. Firsthand.
But yeah, I mean, best A player, no surprise at all. Was Pops there? We'll move on to our MVP. So how we calculated the MVP was MVPR divided by salary. So this is trying to find, maybe a diamond in the rough. Maybe it's someone who was a high salary that just dominated. But you kind of take it by that salary to kind of make it a level playing field for the entire league. Yet still, it didn't matter. It truly, the man was insane. Your MVP is Pops. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say about this guy. He's cracked. He's nuts. He's fast. It's everything.
So fast.
He is so fast. Second place is Nit, just barely behind with a .418 to Pop's .424. Really close there. And then actually a B1 was in third place with a .382. So getting some love for the little guy, so to speak. That's kind of what we like to see with this award.
Are you really the little guy if you play for the Dragons?
Yeah, little guy, so to speak. Not necessarily. But yeah, the Dragons were insane. Pops was insane. Nit was insane. It was good. But yeah, so now we'll go ahead and get to an interview with our special guest, which is none other than the GM of the championship-winning team, Sammy Needs. Jay is clearly thrilled about the Wild Hogs. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll be right back with our special guest, Sammy Needs.
All right, so I want to introduce a man who's very special in my heart, even though his team doo-dooed on me in the championship game. It's my boy Samuel. How you doing, Sammy? How's your day?
I'm doing good, Run off about 4 hours of sleep, but appreciate you guys having me on here.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you coming, man. We appreciate you taking time out of your day, hero central worker, coming to sit down with us plebeians and have a little conversation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I'm gonna let Royal start with the questions, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. So just first question. Obviously you were GM of the championship winning team.
Yes, sir.
What was your favorite part about being a GM of Wyman's League Season 1?
I think honestly my favorite part was getting to know a couple Wymans that I really at the time didn't know like super well. That I had only had a couple conversations with before we started playing together, and then RK and I was in a MLE event with him, and that was about it. So I think getting to know those two guys who are obviously really cool, really good at the game, was probably my favorite part.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nit's obviously a character. He's a great dude. I envy that you got to play with him all season. He's awesome.
Love that boy Nit. Love
yeah.
Nit.
We've mentioned Nit's name a couple of times. But yeah, Jay, you wanna toss in the next one?
Yeah. All right. So we'll move on to our next question here. Let's see. What are you looking forward to as a GM for season 2 of Wyman's League?
I think the goal is to repeat. I think that's the big goal. Get back to back WML championships.
Boo. I don't know, man. I don't think that's going to work out well for you, considering our goal is, to finish some unfinished business. So, only one of those things can happen.
That's true.
I guess we'll see which one happens. I'll tell you this much. I'll never be left alone in the goal when Nit is on the ceiling ever again. That will never happen.
No, never, ever.
I want to know what was going through your mind, all right, when we're going into OT and y'all are like, Easy's popping off, Jay is in the game, and then immediately after kickoff, Nick carries the ball up the wall, and then Dude's on me in goal, and it's just over. Like, I remember I put my controller down. I was like, did that just happen? Is that just how this ended? It was like I felt like we were the storied team, man. Like, nobody believed in us. So we get there, and then we just get pooped on.
So during that series, I would say Easy and you were probably the hardest for me to defend against. I don't know. Easy just has so many things he can do with the ball that I was having an extremely hard time defending against him. So we wouldn't. Whenever we went to OT, I mean, the same thing could have happened to me with Easy getting the ball. I mean, he could have done the exact same thing to me. It just so happened that we won the kickoff, and Nit was right there to score that crazy goal. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, there was probably 5 or 6 of us all in the casting booth, so to speak. And we saw him go on the ceiling, and we just like collectively, as he fell off the ceiling toward the ball, we're just like, oh no,
yeah,
he's gonna do
so
it.
Bad.
He's gonna do it, and then he just buried it, and it was a great shot, and it was for some of us it was a lot of fun to watch, but for others,
it was
probably
not. It was terrible to watch, dude. Yeah, and the thing about Nit is like every time he touches the ball, dude, it's like boomer mode. Like he could touch the ball at any speed, at any angle, and the ball just is going off backboard, bro. It's like I'm resetting the ball on the I don't know the mod y'all made me download for Rocket League, bro. I don't know what it's called. I can't even pronounce it. But it's just ridiculous. It's like every time he touches the ball, it's just 70 miles an hour in the opposite direction. So I don't know, man. It was a fun series. I think if I had to lose to anybody, I'm glad it was Samuel. But I'd still hate your guts for it.
Yeah, it was a really fun series. I think that's the first time that I played against probably you or Easy, and it had been months since I played against ZB. But yeah, that was a super fun series. It was definitely the championship matchup I think we wanted, and the rest of WML wanted.
I mean, Scarlet Wings could have been there, but but I might be a little biased on that.
I don't know about all that, man. I think the funnest part of playoffs to me was number one, the whole Ledge thing, bro. When me and Ledge was going at it, dude, that was the greatest thing to me. I don't know, because it was to me it was the first real rivalry in Wyman's, and we pulled that out, which I had a great play. Shout out to my boy Abfu, my arch nemesis on the pitch, dude. I hit probably the greatest flick of my life over him for us to win that series. And so then we're playing the Dragons. Everybody's like, oh well, Dragons and Hogs. And somehow, some way, dude, we beat the Dragons. Pops was nuts.
That was honestly,
we went into it knowing we were gonna win, but at the same time, it was like when we won, we were like, we just beat the Dragons, dude, because they doo-dooed on us in during the season, dude. I think they 6-1'd us, which of course it was C matchup, but then even the C matchup in the playoffs, me and ZB popped off, so that was great. And then we went in because of that. We went into the championship like, oh, dude, we can do this, and then Nit just shattered our dreams. So
yeah, the Dragons matchup, you guys and the Dragons, was probably my favorite series of the entire season. It was just so back and forth, and it was so evenly matched. You didn't know who was going to come out on top, and it was really fun to watch.
Yeah, dude, I played the second game at work on work Wi-Fi, and I watched the third game. And so I got my Xbox hooked up, and they're like, "Are you gonna answer phones?" I'm like, "Does it look like I'm gonna answer phones, dog?" And I'm just sitting there like, every time Pops goes up for the ball, I'm just like, "No, no!" And I'm just like at work, and everybody's like, "What is this dude doing?"
Yeah, honestly, probably my favorite part about Wyman's League is how, obviously we're all such good friends and stuff. So there's for those playoff matchups, there's 8 to 10 people in VC just watching and screaming at everything that happens. In that series in particular, it was every time Pop touches the ball, everybody's like, oh my god. And same thing in the championship with Nit. Every time one of them touched the ball, it was like you knew something could happen, and it was just really fun to watch because you had so many people in a watch party. So that was definitely one of my favorite parts about season 1. Sammy, I have one more question on Jazz anymore. So from season 1 going to season 2 here coming up pretty shortly, is there anything, literally could be anything, could be from a league op standpoint, could be from a GMing standpoint, could be game standpoint, anything. What would you change from season 1 going to season 2?
Honestly, I would just let me keep Nit, and that's
Nope, deny X on that one, Chief.
I've been trying to figure out how in the world I'm gonna get Easy back, dude. I need Easy so bad, dude.
So honestly, I think we did pretty well with the first season. Just kind of I think the draft is pretty well. It'll just be a retention standpoint, which I think will kind of set the whole season in motion. I think our season setup was pretty good. It's just hard just three players,
Mhm.
and trying to set that schedule. It's
Scheduling with
it's pretty
Atomic,
difficult.
dude. Dude, I DM'd
Oh, so we're
Atomic. That's like,
saying it. So
yeah, I was like, dude,
all
you ready to schedule? And he was like, talk to Brad. And I was like,
Yeah, no. So
yeah, bro.
when I played Atomic for the playoffs, we had to schedule 3 matches in a week. I was like, "There's no way that I'm gonna get Atomic to schedule 3 matches." So I
Yes.
went in their chat and I was like, I pinged all of them. I was like, "All right, when can you guys play?" Because I knew, and it's all love. I love Atomic. He's great, but
I love you, Atomic.
he was not good at scheduling.
Not a scheduler. You're not a
And
scheduler.
I mean, and that's fine. Like that's okay. For me, the one thing that I would change about season 1 going to season 2 is, please, for the love of God, no more 7-game series. They're so long.
Nah, man, I like
They're
the 7
so
game series,
long.
dude. I like the 7 game.
They-
I love the 7
like
game series.
especially if you're getting beat. Which, I mean, we didn't
get beat.
we didn't get beat very
Don't get
often.
beat for
We didn't
it.
get beat very often. Like I'm
You
not
got
saying
beat in the
that.
playoffs.
We did get beat in the playoffs. We did.
All right.
Those weren't 7-game series though. But
Nah, that's true.
it just gets really long. And I mean, for us, to be honest, it was more of like, all right, we just keep winning. Like, and then we lost focus at the end of these series. But
Nah, dude,
you know.
I love the 7 game series, man, because I don't know, it just feels more sporty than 5 games. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know. It
I
just
get
feels. I guess because I'm real big into like the NBA finals and stuff. So
Mhm.
it just I like like the 7 game feel, which I guess you
I
get
do.
similar
I do
to the
too.
5 game.
I do too. If it's a close series, you know, if you're fighting, scrapping back and forth. But
We
if it's,
6-1 like everybody.
but if it's like back and forth one way or the other, like, or if it's like a blowout, you know, one way or the other, I don't think it's as fun. But no, we'll see. A lot of what season 2, comes down to is going to be the numbers. You know, what we get on our intent forms.
I'm hoping
you know,
for some expansion.
whether we
maybe
have
2 more
expansion.
teams.
I mean, yeah. So like it's we just did the Y Man's purge, so everyone is theoretically active in Y
Right.
Man's.
So sign up, bro.
so-
I'm looking at my tyrants. I'm looking at TSR and Magic, bro. Sign up. I need
Facts.
y'all out here playing.
Facts.
Yeah, and I think from like the end of season 1 to right about now, we have seen a lot of people come and go. A lot of people, some a part of season 1 of WML. But I'm really excited about the new members we have. I think they're gonna. I think there will be a lot of them that sign up for it,
Mhm.
and a lot of them that stay active and have fun with, it, and make it a good season 2. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think season 2 is season 1 was great for a brand new league, like especially like basically just a friends league. I think it was so well done. I cannot give enough credit to ZB for coming in and being the kind of commissioner, so to speak. But honestly, I mean, I think it was Zyda who created our spreadsheet, which was awesome. Was just like the UR spreadsheet. And Delu was a huge help too. Like, and all the coordinators. Like,
Love you, Daniel.
It was just so good all around. Like, we could not have done it by ourselves. Like, it was just so good for a beginner league. But I said all that to say, season 2 is going to be even better. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to be awesome.
Even better.
We're going to have, I think just, more content. We're going to have people more involved. It's just going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm really looking forward to it. AL Sabres are out of the playoffs. Like WML 2 is what's on my mind.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. As I'm finally getting new internet, so like no more lag. So season 2, I'm just a reserve for CL Sabres, who are about to make the playoffs. I hope, but
True.
But I'm coming at it for Women's League season 2. I'm making it farther in the playoffs this season. It's a guarantee. Look, all I'm saying is we already have the best roster and the best reserve guaranteed. See you in the playoffs, hopefully.
Clip that.
Yeah. Clip that for sure.
Yeah. Definitely not a copy pasta at all. No, not at all.
Are you guys gonna do any rebranding? on your teams, or are you gonna head into season 2 with the same teams?
I don't know, man. I like the Scarlet Wings idea,
Mhm.
but you never know.
I'm trying to keep the Honey Badgers together. We're a family, dude.
You're gonna try and keep them all together.
Yeah, I don't know how.
We'll see how that works out
I
for you.
feel like everybody's gonna poop on my plans, but
Yeah, we'll see how retentions work. It's gonna be all about numbers. I mean, whether it's salary numbers or number of players, we just we don't have any of that information yet. But fill out those intent forms. We could see some new GMs. I would say that's a pretty high likelihood we'll have some new GMs.
That would be
this
cool.
season.
Yeah, that would be really
so
cool.
they may rebrand as well. But yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. Intent forms are dropping whenever you guys see this on May 1st.
Soon, TM.
So we're expecting week 1 to be the week right after the MLE championships. Probably draft that weekend or the weekend before. So we're getting right into it. Probably about 4 weeks away. So
let's go.
Excited.
Absolutely.
It's huge. It's huge.
Absolutely, it's going to be a great time. Well, unless Jay has any more questions, I think that's
I'm good.
just about wrap it up. Thanks again for joining us. It was always good talking to you. And
I love you, Samuel.
We will be.
Yeah, love you, boys.
We'll be right back. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Roll Tide, brother.
MIZ.
All right, so we'd like to give a special thanks to my boy Samuel, even though he was in, Knit's backpack for that last series against us. I'm still a little bit hurt about that, to be quite honest. But we're gonna go ahead and start off with these playoff awards. So our first award is going to be most goals in the playoffs. All right, so the winner is my boy ZB with 34 goals. The heart and soul of the Honey Badgers. I love ZB to death. I think everybody knows that. I think I want ZB to be my dad. If he would adopt me, I'd gladly accept. Love everything about this dude. Like I said, heart and soul of the Honey Badgers. He put in all the work during the season. He helped me with scheduling. Dude is bigger than 34 goals. That's what I'm gonna say. I mean, this is a man holds a special place in my heart. So I'm proud of my boy ZB for winning this award. And we're gonna go on to most assists in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Just back to ZB for a second. Really to the Honey Badgers in general. Quite honestly, besides my own, has to be my favorite team of people. I mean, you mentioned how good of a person ZB is. I mean, you obviously and Easy. Like, it's just a great team of people. And on that note, let's just go straight to most assists. My boy JBV.
Let's go.
My boy
Let's
JBV.
go.
13
Let's
assists.
go.
Feeding ZB. Feeding Easy.
Bro.
Just here. Here's a ball in front of net. Here's a ball in front of net, and then just slam it home. I mean, what
Let's go.
can you say? Utilizing his teammates to perfection, and it paid off with 13 assists for him. And then we just got one more. We'll go into most saves.
Bro, I'll say this, bro. When every time you touch a ball, somebody immediately puts it in afterwards, it's pretty hard to get 13 assists. Or pretty easy, I should say. Pretty easy to get 13 assists. My boys was eating all playoffs. All right. So now we're going to go into most saves. And your winner for most saves in the playoffs, it's going to be my boy Easy, Honey Badgers team captain. Let's go, bro. 42 saves? 42 saves, Easy? They say Easy plays, conservative. They say Easy, waits for the other team to make mistakes. That dude shuts down the goal is what he does. And then after he does it, he goes down and he scores on you. He puts it in your throat. Now, I just want to say all 3 awards went to Honey Badgers. We knocked off, the Blue Coats. And I want to, self-proclaimed, quick chat champion. Only real ones remember, that whole fiasco. But we knocked off Blue Coats, knocked off Ledge. Then we go and we knock off the Dragons, bro. The Dragons? I played my series at work, dude, on work Wi-Fi, bro. Honey Badger's best team. I told y'all. Didn't nobody believe in us. We got all 3 playoff awards, bro. We lost the championship. But, that is what it is. And we move on to next season.
I do think
Honey Badger's best team, bro.
I do think shout out Galaxy. I do think he would agree that stats are more important in championships. You can quote me on that. Galaxy values stats more than championships.
Coincidentally, Galaxy is the only person that predicted that we would make it to the championship. I think everybody else had us losing first round because something about you can't carry a 7.5 to a championship or something like that. Little did y'all know, I was sandbagging, dude. I was really a 10.
At least.
Well, allegedly, at least a 10.
Allegedly. Yeah, so that's all the awards that we have for this season, or for season 1. I will say though, actually, Jay, do you wanna take this one on?
If y'all thought this was gonna be a one-time event, just like some season 1 awards, you were sadly mistaken, dude. Because we're gonna be coming back to you every week with the Royal and JBV show, or the JBV and Royal show, whichever way we decide to put it on the thing when we write it out. Either way, we're coming to you every week with some Y-Man's League Season 2 content. I'll get some opinions from you guys for what y'all want to see, because obviously we want to include as many people as we can and get y'all's ideas and make it really, something for everybody. Yeah, every week we're coming back to you with, this same energy every week. It's going to be big. You're going to love it. We'll make sure you love it. And if you don't, purge. That's all I have to say.
Absolutely. Go fill out your season 2 intent form now. Let's go. No slackers. Galaxy, Delhi didn't get in last season. And they were sad because they didn't get in. But, fill out your intent form today. Let's go. We'll catch you guys after week 1 or before week 1. Who knows? Mock draft? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see you.